The City of St. Louis Department of Health has teamed up with infant loss resources to reduce infant mortality in our community. Joining us from the Department of Health is Community Health Aide Ashley Watt, and from Infant Loss Resources Incorporated Outreach Coordinator Danielle K. Daniels. Welcome, Danielle and Ashley.
Thank you.
So it's not a subject we like to think about or necessarily even talk about, but it's a reality of sudden infant death syndrome is still around and in existence. Ashley, what can you tell us about it?
Well, what I can tell you is that it's been around as long as we know, infant death mortality, sudden infant death syndrome. It can't be predicted or prevented, but its characteristics and its different things you can do to ensure that your baby, that you lower the risk for infant death mortality.
I know we've been talking a lot about, we've been hearing a lot over the past decades about ways to prevent infant death, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes. But do you know if the rate has decreased since the information's been getting out there?
Well, I'm not quite sure if it's decreasing. It is decreasing, but it's not decreasing enough. Mm-hmm. We feel that one infant death is one too many. So as long as we have babies dying every day, we're out here, we're trying to educate, we're trying to promote and give information to, again, reduce those risks.
Yeah, and Ashley, you're with the City of St. Louis. You're out there in our community. Danielle, you as well with Infant Loss Resources with your organization. Mm-hmm. Tell us about your organization. It's recently changed names.
So yes, we used to be SIDS Resources. We are now Infant Loss Resources, and the name change just came about because babies die for a number of different reasons. Some being SIDS, some being suffocations, and we want to make sure everyone knows that we are relatable to any kind of death that the family may have.
So any kind of newborn, young baby
passing away. So us at Infant Loss Resources, we provide a number of different resources as well as education for the community, because we feel it's very important to educate so that we don't have these senseless deaths. We as well have the pack and play program, so if your baby don't have a safe bed to sleep in, we will provide you one free of charge. And we have bereavement counseling, so that's where that comes into play for the babies that pass away. We want to make sure that everyone knows that we are here to support the family, whether it's SIDS or suffocation or whatever.
How many families is your organization helping every year? Do you have any idea?
Oh, it's up there, thousands. I can't tell you, this week and next week alone, I have maybe 20 classes that I'm teaching, mm-hmm. and the numbers vary between 5 to 35, 40 people. So
it's not necessarily thousands of baby deaths. It's thousands of families that you're reaching out to prevent and to provide safety information.
Yes. As of right now, just in the state of Missouri alone, it's maybe around 96 babies that pass away a year, but that's definitely decreasing. But what Ashley said was very correct. We feel that any baby that passes away from this is way more than we want to lose.
Yeah, there's nothing worse for a family. I can't even imagine.
Oh yeah.
So some of the safe sleep practices that new families that you're teaching and you're out addressing with the community as well, what are some of those things?
The easiest thing that I teach my families is the ABCs of safe sleep. So A is that you always want to make sure that the baby is alone. Mm-hmm. B is that they're on their back. C is that they're in a crib or a pack and play. And the D is for don't smoke. So in a nutshell, those are the top things that can greatly reduce the risk of SIDS.
Mm-hmm. So alone, the baby's alone, the baby's sleeping alone,
yes.
Not alongside mom or dad.
Right, correct.
Okay, very good. So the A, B, C's, and D's, do you have something else?
And I just want to put out there, absolutely no blankets. I know people think that just because someone gives you something, that means you're supposed to use it, or we're so used to using the blanket because we're grown. But babies, they don't need blankets. They don't know what to do with them. They don't know what comfortable is. They don't know what soft is. And if you give a baby a blanket, it's so easy for them to suffocate, for them to take that and put it over their face, and they cannot breathe.
So put them to bed in warm clothes without blankets.
Yes, and if you feel like your baby is cold and needs something, get a sleep sack.
Right. So easy. All right, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back and talk more about some things that we can do to keep our babies safe. Stay with us to STL Live. We'll learn much more about safe sleep with the Department of Health after this break.